going on, guys? My name is Richard with Homework Hookup, and I wanted to do a video on solving quadratic equations using the quadratic formula. Uh, I was working with one of my students on this, and they had a little bit of trouble working on it prior to the lesson, and yeah, just wanted to kind of share with you guys in case there's anybody else that might have had issues with it. So, just straight away, you're going to want to use this when you're trying to solve one of these types of equations, quadratic. So kind of a dead giveaway is if you see a number out front of the x squared term, that's probably a good indication that you can use the quadratic formula. You can actually use the quadratic formula for any one of these types of equations, even the more simpler ones, but I like to use it when there's a number out here. But anyway, the formula for the quadratic formula is negative b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac. And your a is going to be the number in front of the x squared, so your a is going to be 4. Your b is going to be the number in front of x, so for us our b is going to be 1. And your c is the constant. Our constant here is this guy, so it's negative 1. Right? B squared minus 4ac divided by, the whole thing divided by 2a. Right? Okay, so now we can proceed. So again, our b is 1, so we have a negative 1 out here, plus or minus the square root of b squared. Our b is 1, so we're going to have 1 squared minus 4. A is 4, so we're going to plug in 4 here. And then we have c, which is negative 1. C is negative 1. Sorry that this is sloping a little bit. And then the whole thing divided by 2 times a, which is going to be our 4. So we're just going to simplify this a little bit, give us a little bit of room. So we got a negative 1 plus or minus 1, because 1 squared is 1, minus, well, 4 times 4 is going to be 16, negative 16, because that's a negative right there, and then multiplying that by negative 1, it's going to be positive 16, so we're going to add 16 here. Alright, and the whole thing is going to be divided by 2 times 4, which is 8. Alright, so I'm just going to double check my work. So 4 times 4 is 16. A negative 16 times a negative 1 will be a positive 16. 1 squared is 1. Looks like we're good so far. So we should have 1 plus 16. Alright, so give us a little bit more room here. So we have negative 1 plus or minus 1 plus 16 is 17. And the whole thing is going to be divided by 8. So this is the part of the equation where we look at the radical and see if it's a square or a simple square that we know. 17 is a prime number, so it's not a perfect square. So sorry, that 17 looks like a f. Let me fix that. Whoops. I might have to rewrite this whole thing because this eraser's big. Okay, that's better. Okay, so 17 is a prime number, so there's no perfect square for it. So we're gonna move on to the next part. So this is plus or minus, so that means there's gonna be 2 answers here. So we have negative 1 plus the radical of 17 over 8. Sorry, the whole thing is divided by 8. And then we have our other answer, which is negative 1 minus the radical of 17 over 8. And we actually can't simplify that any further, so that would be the answer for that. So these would be your 2 answers in the most simplified form, this guy and this guy here. So yeah, that's pretty much how you would do these quadratic equations using the quadratic formula. It's actually pretty simple. Probably the hardest part is memorizing the formula. But a lot of times your teachers will give it to you, or you can spend a little bit of time to memorize it. So just negative b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac divided by 2a. I've said that so many times it's ingrained in my brain. So anyway, this was a quick little video on the quadratic formula. I'm going to do another example and some other videos with quadratic equations. So alright, thanks so much. And again, my name is Richard from Homework Hookup. If you need tutoring at all, I offer online tutoring. My website is homeworkhookup.xyz. I didn't put the link Or I didn't put the URL in the little caption up here, but I'll make sure to include it in the video. But anyway, thanks so much for watching and have a great day. Bye.